Leo, pause for a moment, not just physically. I mean really pause. Let your soul breathe, because what I'm about to tell you may explain every moment of restlessness you've been carrying lately, that tiredness in your bones, the subtle tension in your chest, the strange sensation that you're no longer aligned with your surroundings. It's not just emotional fatigue. It's a sacred message. You see, what you've been calling discomfort may actually be divine direction. What you've been labeling as, "I don't know what's wrong with me," is your higher self screaming, "This chapter is complete. It's time to leave." Yes, Leo, it's time, but not out of failure, not out of defeat. You're not being punished. You're being positioned. There is a door you've been pretending not to see, a decision you've been postponing because the truth it holds scares you more than the discomfort you're enduring. But today, you're not here by accident. You didn't stumble on this video by coincidence. This is your activation. This is the sign you've been silently asking the universe for. Because somewhere deep inside, Leo, even while everyone else sees you shining, you know you've outgrown this stage. You know the walls are getting too tight for the magnitude of your spirit. You know that staying here is not noble anymore. It's self-betrayal. But here's the truth. Nobody else dared to tell you. Your exit was written in the stars. And now, God is not just nudging you toward the door. He's opening it wide, clear, and divinely aligned. But He won't force you through it. That part is yours. Stay with me until the end of this video, Leo. Because what you're about to hear is a map, not a metaphor. A cosmic map out of the life you've outgrown and into the realm where your light is not just needed. It's destined to lead. Part 1. The divine discomfort. Leo, what you're feeling right now isn't just anxiety. It's not just overthinking. And it's definitely not you being dramatic, even if others have tried to make you believe that. This discomfort has a spiritual signature. It's not random. It's divine. When a Leo is no longer aligned with their environment, the universe doesn't whisper. It roars through the silence of your soul. That growing frustration you've been trying to suppress, that quiet sadness that comes when you're alone in a room that used to feel safe, that boredom dressed up as stability, all of it is sacred intelligence from your inner compass. Your spirit wasn't meant to shrink into a role you've already mastered. You weren't born to rehearse the same script over and over in a play that no longer excites your soul. The lion is not a background character, and when you try to live like one, your soul will rebel. That rebellion is what you're feeling now. What if I told you that this discomfort you're experiencing is the first signal of a cosmic transition already unfolding? What if your agitation isn't a sign of weakness, but a message from the divine that says, Leo, the place you are in no longer holds your destiny. It might be a relationship that has grown stale, a job that once lit you up now drains you, a city that feels like it belongs to someone else, or even an identity, a version of yourself you've outgrown. It's okay to feel confused. It's okay to grieve something you worked hard to build, even if it no longer fits. But what's not okay is ignoring the sacred signal your soul is sending, because this is not an emotional reaction. It's a divine instruction, a sacred echo from the stars that says, you've done all you can here, and now you must go. And I know what you might be thinking. Leave now. But what about the risks? What about the unknown? Leo, your soul didn't come here for comfort. It came for courage. And this discomfort you're feeling now is not your enemy. It's your initiation. Life lesson. Discomfort is not always a sign that something is wrong. Sometimes it's the soul's way of saying, you were never meant to stay this small. Part 2. The prophecy was always there. Leo, here's something you may not have realized yet. This moment, this invitation to leave, it didn't arrive suddenly. The signs have always been there. But you were too loyal, too committed, too hopeful to notice what your spirit already knew. Let's go back. Remember the dreams that felt too real, where you were somewhere else, doing something that felt like destiny. The conversations you overheard that felt too specific to be accidental. The offers that came then vanished because you hesitated too long. Those were not random. They were breadcrumbs from the divine, subtle but intentional. Whispers from the future version of you, the one who already walked through that door and is now trying to guide you from across time. The prophecy wasn't just written in the stars. It was planted in your instincts. But your mind called it fear. Your comfort called it being responsible. And your loyalty said, just wait a little longer. But now, the whispers have become unbearable. The divine doesn't need to shout when you're listening. But when you ignore it, it begins to shake your world, not to destroy it, but to unblock it. The door that's opening now is the very same one you peeked at months or even years ago. The one you told yourself, maybe one day, but not now. Well, Leo now has arrived. There's a cosmic alignment in play, subtle to the unaware, but thunderously clear to the awakened. Your solar ruler, the sun, is syncing with Jupiter, the planet of expansion. Uranus, the disruptor, is trining in the energy of sudden, liberating change. Mars is activating your house of endings and sacred beginnings. These aren't just astrological footnotes. They are celestial choreography, timed with absolute precision to push you through the very threshold you've been avoiding. You see, destiny doesn't always wait. Sometimes it arrives and departs, and only the courageous cross the line in time. The prophecy didn't start today. You've been living inside it all along. And this right now is the chapter that changes everything. Life lesson: the signs were never missing. They were just waiting for you to finally believe you were worthy of them. Part 3. The 4 areas being reset by divine hands. Leo, when the universe calls you to exit, it doesn't just move one piece of your life, it reshapes the whole foundation. This isn't just about changing your job. This isn't just about ending a relationship. This is a total energetic reset, and it's happening now in 4 sacred areas of your existence. 1. Your creative identity. You are the sign of self-expression, performance, and light. But lately, you've been dimming yourself, not because you forgot your value, but because the space you're in no longer reflects it. Your voice feels unheard. Your fire feels misunderstood. You've been creating from survival, not from soul. The divine is saying, no more performing in a place that doesn't deserve your stage. Whether you're an artist, a leader, a parent, a builder, your creative self is being reborn. But to access this new version, you must leave the places where your brilliance was boxed in. 2. Your sacred relationships. Leo, your heart is gold, but not everyone deserves to hold it. Some people were once your mirror, but now they only reflect your fears. Some companions cheered your rise, but secretly feared your light would outshine them. Some stayed not out of love, but out of habit. This reset is not cruel, it's merciful, because it removes the ones who tolerate you and makes space for those who truly celebrate you. If someone can't see the version of you that's emerging, they're not meant to walk through this next door with you. 3. Your material path. Yes, even your work and finances are being shifted. You may have already noticed. The job no longer excites you. The path you thought was secure now feels unstable. The money comes, but joy doesn't. Why? Because your abundance can no longer flow through channels you've outgrown energetically. The divine is creating a new river, but first it must dry up the old one. So if things are collapsing financially, don't panic. It's not punishment, it's realignment. 4. Your divine mission. Leo, above all else, this moment is about purpose. You didn't come here just to exist. You came here to ignite the world. But over time, even royalty forgets their calling. You've gotten so good at surviving, adapting, maintaining, that your mission started fading into routine. Now, the divine is tearing away anything that distracts you from the real work you were born to do. To lead, to inspire, to heal, to shine. This is the part of your story where your crown is no longer symbolic. It becomes sacred armor, because what's coming next requires all of your light, not just pieces. Life lesson. Real transformation doesn't just rearrange your life. It resets your path, your people, your purpose, and brings you back to the version of yourself you were always meant to become. Part 4. The window is now 14 days of cosmic movement. Leo, there is a door opening. But it's not just a door, it's the door. And it's only open for a short time. The next 14 Shaman days are not like any other days. This is what ancient astrologers once called a portal phase, a period where divine intervention is not just possible, but active. It's when the universe rearranges timelines and destiny moves faster than logic can follow. Right now, your sign ruled by the sun is being hit by rare alignments that happen once in a generation. Jupiter is expanding your potential. Uranus is unlocking sudden shifts. Mars is pushing endings into beginnings. And the number vibration around this moment, it reduces to 6, the number of divine harmony and sacred relocation. Translation: you're being asked to leave, but not into chaos, into cosmic alignment. So what does that mean for your everyday life? Here's what may already be happening. A job you once loved suddenly feels unbearable. A person you always gave grace to now irritates your spirit. An environment that once felt safe now feels suffocating. You're having dreams of roads, trains, planes, doors, symbols of departure. You're seeing signs 555, 11, 11. A certain animal or repeated songs that always hit a nerve. These aren't coincidences. They're codes, messages, activation keys. And if you're honest with yourself, you already know what this is pointing to. The only question is, will you act before the window closes? Because this isn't a moment you can think through for weeks. This is a window where the energy supports swift obedience. Not impulsiveness, but courage. Measured, sacred courage. Some doors don't reopen, not out of punishment, but because the chapter they belong to was never meant to last forever. The divine is not asking you to leap blindly. It's inviting you to walk through a door that your soul already chose before you were even born. Life lesson: the universe doesn't wait for perfection. It responds to readiness. And in the next 14 days, your life can shift in ways you never imagined. If you dare to move when your spirit says go. Part 5. What awaits when you obey the exit? Leo. Let's talk about what's on the other side of this divine door. Not the fear, not the unknown, but the promise. The kingdom waiting for your courage. You see, when a Leo obeys a spiritual call, especially one tied to leaving the universe, doesn't repay them with emptiness. It rewards them with elevation. And not just symbolic elevation. Real. Measurable. Magnificent. The moment you walk away from what drains your soul, you make space for what restores it. The universe does not deal in scarcity. It deals in sacred exchange. Here's what's coming when you choose to exit with faith. 1. A stage worthy of your fire. You've been performing in small rooms, hoping someone would applaud your light. But now, a larger platform is being prepared, one that doesn't just allow your brilliance, it demands it. It may be a new career path, a creative breakthrough, a message you're meant to share with thousands. Whatever it is, it will feel like oxygen, and you'll wonder why you stayed where you couldn't breathe. 2. Relationships that reflect your royalty. Once you exit the cycle of tolerating half-love, you enter the realm of soul recognition. People will appear who don't just like you, they see you. They respect your depth, admire your strength, and never ask you to be less than your full self. No more shrinking, no more waiting to be chosen. You become the mirror that reminds others of their own light. 3. Financial breakthrough. Aligned with purpose. When you leave a path that was never meant for your soul, your energy stops leaking. Suddenly, money flows where purpose flows. New sources of income, unexpected blessings, aligned opportunities. Not because you worked harder, but because you're finally in the right lane. You'll realize the universe was never blocking your abundance. It was protecting it from a place that couldn't honor it. 4. A peace you can't explain. Yes, there will be a moment of grief. Yes, you'll miss the familiarity of what once was. But very quickly, peace will move in. Not the peace of nothing happening, but the peace of everything finally being right. You'll sleep differently, breathe differently, walk into rooms differently. Because when you obey the divine exit, you start living in alignment, not obligation. Life lesson. The exit isn't just about leaving something behind. It's about stepping into something that sounds exciting, that finally matches your magnitude. And the life that's waiting on the other side of obedience is far bigger than the one you're afraid to leave. Part 6. The final invitation exit or be eclipsed. Leo. This isn't just a chapter, it's a crossroads. And whether you realize it or not, you're already standing in the doorway. On one side, a life you've outgrown. One where your light flickers, your voice quiets, and your soul shrinks in silence. On the other, a life you've never fully tasted, but one your soul has always remembered. A space where you're not just seen, you're celebrated. Not just useful, but divinely positioned. This isn't a message of fear. It's a message of power. Because the truth is, Leo, you were never meant to live within limitations. You were never designed to be almost. You are the lion, born to claim kingdoms, born to walk where others hesitate, born to leave when others cling, born to rise again and again, no matter how many times you've been misunderstood. underestimated, or overlooked. And now, God is opening the door you once pretended not to see. You can't unfeel it. You can't unknow it. You can't hide from it, but you can ignore it. And if you do, life will continue, but it will echo with the pain of unlived purpose. Because when Leo ignores the divine exit, they don't just delay growth, they delay destiny. And destiny doesn't knock forever. So I ask you now, what is the one place, one pattern, one person your soul has been begging you to leave? Can you name it? Say it. Write it in the comments. Claim it in the open, because your words activate movement. What door is God asking you to walk through? And what are you still clinging to that no longer serves your throne? This is your moment. Not because you're ready, but because you're called. Final life lesson. There comes a time when staying becomes more dangerous than leaving. And for Leo, that time is now. Exit the cage and watch the kingdom unwrap. Comment below. Have you been feeling this shift? What are you preparing to walk away from? Your story might be the light that helps another Leo find their own path. Subscribe to Leo Zodiac Power to receive guidance on the next steps after this exit, because what's coming is even bigger than you think.